Okay, now we're looking at motorbikes. We're looking at smaller motorbikes to medium-sized motorbikes. This is a little Yamaha dealer that I know. I can let that boss go because it's noisy as hell. Right, okay, this is a little Yamaha dealer that I know. I've been to several times, and they do actually quite a nice selection of bikes in here. They do from the smaller bikes to little mopedy, scootery type of bikes, up to some 400cc classic bikes in here. It's very good. It's a great little place. We'll try and see if they can help us with the documentation needed for registering a bike. But the servicing of these bikes, you'll normally do it in somewhere like this. Each little dealer normally has a little service bay like this, and you can get your bikes fixed or serviced here without much of a problem. And what you want to do here, if you're thinking of buying one, is think about what you're going to use your bike for. Think about what your riding experience is like, and obviously check out your budget. Okay, think, oh, what can I afford? There's some things that have got gears or automatic gears or semi-automatic gears, so you've got a choice. This is actually a very nice bike, this M-Slaz here. I really like that one. It's very stylish. I think it's only a 150, but it's a very stylish little motorbike. And then you go down to the Fino and the Filano, which is a bit like a Vespa. You know, it's a little sit-on and twist and go motorbike, which, to be honest with you, a lot of Farang will be looking at these things and laughing and saying, oh, I got a 1500cc Harley or Kawasaki. You don't want to ride that in the middle of Bangkok, mate. It's too heavy. You'll be really worn out and exhausted and pissed off with all the gear changing and shifting, and probably you're going to have mechanical faults because your bike hasn't got the freedom to get going and use the engine in the way it was designed. These little things are built for cities. They're nippy, they're maneuverable, they're ideal for the city. You can actually go on some longer trips on them. I know a couple of Thai people have been a long way on 150 bikes. So yeah, not to be laughed at, okay? They're very good. And something like that, again, I'm going to do my normal guessing. These things here, I'm looking around maybe 40, 45,000, maybe 50,000 mark. These ones over here might be a little bit cheaper, but that gives you an idea, okay? So we'll go and have a look inside in a minute, and I hope I can take some video inside. The English is not great here, but it doesn't matter, I don't care. Oh, here we go, having a little look inside, and this is what I mean by the variety. You've got SR400 there, classic Yamaha colours, really nice bike. I love that. Now that's what, if I was going to buy a bike for running around Thailand, that style of bike, for me, I'd buy it because it's simple. It's got simple mechanics. If it breaks down anywhere, almost anyone can fix it. If you get a more modern bike, a bigger bike, maybe you've got fuel injection and so on, and you may have issues with getting it fixed. But here are the smaller bikes for the city. So city bikes, little Fino. Actually, we have a Fino at home. It's my wife's bike. I really don't like it, but I do like this one, the Filano. It's quite stylish. It looks a little bit like a Vespa, and this little blue one here is quite nice too. So they're good. I think in somewhere like this you can normally now, never used to be able to, you can buy your little auto bikes like these, scooters if you want to call them that, and then you can buy a selection, usually 300cc or the classic 400cc bike as well. So we've got a couple of 300s over there, I think, and then this one here. So there's your little selection, and normally you get a little list of the different bikes up here too. Now just 100 meters away from that last little shop, you then come to a Honda dealer here. And again, you've got a nice selection of Honda bikes here, from the small city bikes like these, Honda Click, Honda Wave, that type of thing, to CBRs. You've CBR 300, CBR 150. Don't get confused here, that 9,900 is not the price, okay? If they were, I would buy it now. That's probably going to be a deposit or maybe a monthly repayment. It just depends, okay? They often stick prices on these things that are fairly irrelevant to me and you, because we're probably going to pay cash anyway. So it's a good little bike, but a city bike. But if you want something a bit different, there's a MSX. You can get these either fully automatic or with a clutch as well. They're really good gearbox. These are very nice. And then again we go to the Scoopy, which is similar to a Phenom. Fully automatic, easy to ride, same as Honda Click, that type of thing, okay? So this is a little Honda showroom here. Again, the prices are fairly standard across the board. You know, most of the bikes are a very similar price. That's alright, I'm just coming here because it's cooler. Have a little look inside. Hello! Well, what a lovely bunch of people. This place here, I'll show you the shop next door, but it's all owned by the same family. Really helpful, very nice, friendly, helped me out with a lot of stuff. Now, this business about a work permit to get the bike registered. If you don't have a work permit, or if you're not working over here with a work permit, then you can go to your embassy and get a certificate of residence. The cost of that is not too much, I've done it before. And it depends on your embassy, whether you're English or whether you're from New Zealand, Australia, whatever. But if you get a certificate of residency, then no problem. Okay, you can get your bike registered. So the solutions are there. The bikes are here. Then, oh, one other thing. You will need either a Thai driving license for the type of vehicle, car or motorbike, or an international driving license. Now you've got to be careful with the international driving license, because that's got a limit to it of how many years it will last for. You've got to look at the expiry date on that, okay? So, it's all doable, you can do it easy, okay? Now this is the same company, but you'll see here, next door is the Honda dealership. I'll just pan round and show you where we are. There's the LKS Honda dealership, and here we've got another dealership. I actually love these little bikes. They're fantastic. They've got a real bit of style to them. And here we've got Honda, Yamaha, GPX, Kawasaki, Stallions, Ryuka, Suzuki, Benelli, Kiwi. So really, a lot of the budget bikes are here. So this, where we are now, by the way, is on Paramgao. It's not far from Paramgao, MRT and Fortune Town. It's about maybe 2 kilometers maximum. So it's very, very convenient and very, very local. So I'm just going to show you some of these bikes. Now, these are the standard bikes. These ones here, they're Pilano, they're little scooters. You get like a Fino and a Honda Wave and Click. They're all standard stuff. Good bikes, but you see them everywhere. Now, if you're a little bit like me and you want something a wee bit different, well, there's the MSX that's different, and there's also the Kawasaki that's different. And this wee little bike here is, in my opinion, perfect for Bangkok. It's manoeuvrable, it's light, it's quick, it's got a good bit of style up to it. But also, if you're like me and you're planning some big road trips for next year, but maybe you're going to be doing it in a truck, that will fit in the back of your truck really easy, and you can go to a destination and then nip around on that to wherever you want. Now, also, so can these. Now these again, little 150 motorbikes, stylish, very stylish, and very cool. Yeah, it's a Stallions brand, okay? These things here usually are around about the 70 or 80,000 baht mark. Now I might be a little bit out on that, but again I'm guesstimating. I'll get the prices in a minute. But you can see you got this one. I think this looks like a bit of a desert racer. And this one again, a little bit more classic styling. So we've got a few different bikes here. And these Demon ones here, quite popular in Thailand, very similar to the MSX or this little Kawasaki. For me, I go for Kawasaki or the MSX, the Honda, anytime. Now, here's a few more Stallions here. And again, these bikes are really, really nice. They've got a real bit of style to them. If you're thinking about going and doing a little bit of, not necessarily off-roading, but going places where the road surface is not that great, then these definitely could be of interest. I'm going to talk to you about this one on the end in a minute. This one here is probably the Centaur Tracker Stallions bike. I'm guessing that's going to be about 80,000. This one's over here, I'll show you those in a minute. But these two on the end here, now these are really interesting for me because I showed you the Yamaha SR400 before. Now this is Stallion's version of the same, and that is the GT400. Now I know for a fact this one is about 110 to 120,000 baht. This, for me, is extremely good value, and it's a very nice bike. I'm very tempted with that, okay? So right, I'm looking for a bike, but I'm also looking for something that I can travel around the city on. That'll do, that's manoeuvrable enough, but also something I can take up country a little bit. That I could do all my touring on that. This little thing here, that would be good for chucking in the back of the pickup and driving off anywhere, as would, to be honest with you, any of these bikes down here would be the same. Okay, so we've got a few little tips there. Now there's one other bike I'm going to show you. Keyway is a brand that some people may not have heard of, but this bike here is a very, very nice bike. It's a 200cc. It's a bit of a off-roady, trailsy type of bike, but maybe a motard would be a better description of this, okay? But it's very nice and very affordable. This one usually is around about the 60,000 baht mark, okay? So you get a lot of bike for your money there, and I've known a couple of people who have these, and they do seem to be mechanically quite sound. as do the Stallions down here. So I think you've got a pretty good choice here. It's good because they've got a lot of variety here under the one roof. So let me go and find out some prices. You see the prices are written on the back here. This little Keyway here, the 200cc's, it's only 54,000. That's very, very good. Fantastic price. The bikes over here, the ones I showed you before, this little one here, which is like be good for loose, very bad roads when you go up country. This one's 62,000. And the big bike I told you about before, this one, 400cc, this one is 115,000. The M-Slaz, by the way, is about 100, well, correct that, 92,000. Okay, so they're really good, very, very good bikes. Very affordable as well, you know, they're not stupid prices. So let's give you some idea of prices. Filano, that's why we're here. Yeah, it's easy, okay, you've got prices on these. Filano, a very nice bike for Bangkok, 52,000, okay? That's for this one here, which is matte black, very stylish, very nice. Let's just check the prices of the other Filanos. Yeah, all across the board, 52,000. I'm just checking the prices there. A little bit more for that one. And okay, this one, GPX, or these bikes here. These again, nice brand, good bikes. These, very good price. 59,900 for a 150 or maybe a 200cc bike. Yeah, 200cc. So that is more like a street bike as opposed to the little Keyway one. For GPX, Keyway, imported by the same company. These little Stallions here. This one, very stylish again. This one's 64,000, 65, yeah, 65. Now the stylish little Yamaha, Kawasaki, stylish little Kawasaki, 76,000. The little KSR next to it, which is very similar to it, is 62,000. Now the Demons that I mentioned before, 55,000. The little Fino, 50,000. So there's an idea of bikes and an idea of the prices. But this one for me is representing for my style and what I want, very, very good value for money for a 400cc bike. But also this one, the little tracker bike here, looks quite stylish too. That's also very, very good value. You know, the one thing that always sticks in my head, if you're ever thinking of traveling somewhere, and here the roads often are good, but then they get broken in places. Look at the size of the tank. You've got to be able to do around about 200 kilometers without filling up. And if it's got a tiny tank on it, which that Keyway looks like it may well have, it can be a pain in the arse if you're stopping all the time. Stallions, that might be a problem there. But again, that's something that we'll explore and look at. But this one, 63,000, really good value there. Very, very nice bike. As is the Keyway, very good. Okay, so here we go. This is all owned by the same company as a very nice lady next door. So this gives you a good idea of buying a bike in Thailand. So we're going from the small bikes to the Finos, Filanos, that type of thing, to the bigger bikes, okay? As in 200cc to the ones on the end there, the Stallion of 400cc. And inside there we've got CRFs at 250s, and we've also got CBR 300s as well. So there you go, it's a nice little selection of bags for you. I hope you find this useful. I've enjoyed myself. Now I've got to come back and buy one. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.